All right, hi everyone. I am Btsn Hartog, your student's Math 2 teacher this year. I also have a period of Edgenuity Math, but for all of you, I teach Math 2. This is my 4th year teaching at Clovis North, but my first virtual back to school night, of course, as for all of us. So I hope we can meet in person. I'm very grateful to have your student in my class this year. It's gonna be a great year. Without further ado, let me share couple points of information for you. Always, you guys feel free to email me, alyssa.denhartog@cusd.com. If you ever need anything, if your student ever needs anything, they can email me as well, or they can message me on Remind. Great way to reach out with questions. So a little bit about me. Again, this is my 4th year teaching. I went to Btsn, I went to Fresno Pacific, repping it today on college shirt day. I played volleyball there, and I coach volleyball here. I also have coached basketball in the past. I have a lot of family in education around the valley here, and then specifically in Clovis Unified. I have quite a few family members. These are my sisters and my mom. We're all at a different site. So I have a sister who teaches math at Buchanan. My mom teaches math at Clovis West. I have a sister who teaches, or who's a counselor, sorry, at Clovis High, and then a sister who teaches math at Alta. I like to joke with the kids, they can try to switch schools to get away from us, but we're everywhere. Joke usually lands pretty well. So a couple things just that I would ask of you guys for support at home. So one thing that I've noticed so far in our Zoom classes is it's next to impossible for me to get non-verbal feedback from them, but it's even harder if all I can see is the top half of their face or their fan on their ceiling. So if you guys could help me out by making sure that your student has a good camera frame so that I can see their face, that would help me a ton. Just be able to read where they're at, if they're tracking with me, or if I need to revisit something. So I would appreciate that help at home. And then this year in Math 2, we're doing a flipped classroom. So what you can expect your student to be doing at home when they're not in class is watching videos of the notes. So lucky them, lucky you, you're gonna get to hear me talk all day. But we will, flipped classroom is they watch the notes at home before they get to class. And then in class, we're gonna do some practice problems together. They're gonna do some independently, and they're gonna do some with their classmates. So if they watch the notes before, then they come to class prepared with questions. They know what they need more help on. They know what they need to work on, and they'll be able to participate and contribute to what we're doing in class. So it is going to be important that they watch the notes. We'll be pushing out those notes, and we already have been on Delta Math. So we'll go over some of those platforms in just a second. But then the other thing is it's going to be really important this year more than ever that if they need help with something that they ask, that they reach out, that they initiate, and I've been talking to them a lot about that, is taking the initiative there, because it's really hard to tell what they're struggling with when all I can see is a little 2-inch screen of them. So if they need help on something, I've told them, don't hesitate to reach out to me. I'm always available on Remind. They can email me too. They can message in the chat in Zoom. It's a private message to me if they want to ask a question during class and they're afraid to say it out loud. So a lot of different contact points. I want to try to meet them just wherever they are, whatever they're comfortable with. So if there's anything that I can do to help them feel more comfortable communicating with me, I'd love to know. And then we have a ton of extra lab help built into each school day. Monday, 1:20 to 2:45 is my office hours. So there's a link in Google Classroom where they can come and join me, and they can just have dedicated work time, or they can ask questions, or they can get some extra practice in. Then Tuesday through Friday, 2:10 to 2:40, there's a Math 2 teacher in a Math 2 intervention lab. Again, that link is in Google Classroom. So my day is Thursday, and then we also have Mr. Papanduros, Mr. Holcomb, and Mr. Glutz on each of the other days, respectively, I think they're. So if they ever want to go get some extra help in lab, they are more than welcome to. And then we'll also be using that after school time to make up any quizzes or tests if they miss any. So I mentioned it before, but we're using Delta Math a lot. As a lot of our assignments, practice problems, and the notes will be pushed out on Delta Math. We'll also potentially be using that some for assessments as well. But the assessment platform that we'll be using the most is Desmos. We've already used it a lot, so the kids are already signed up for Desmos, Delta Math, and Google Classroom here. But Desmos is a little touchy based on their laptop, even Delta Math sometimes too. So a lot of kids have already reached out to me asking some questions about these platforms. So just if they ever have any trouble accessing something on it, please send them my way. And all of us teachers have kind of unintentionally become tech support and tech gurus here. So I'll do my best to help them out. But that's about it, you guys. Flipped Classroom, again, please don't hesitate to email me. I really, really do want to help. I'm here to help, and I want to do whatever I can to reach you and your student where they are. So please let me know if there's anything I can do. Again, I hope we get to meet soon, and I'm really excited about this school year.